Polite, it's important. And then, of course, say hi because your hi does matter. Hi. So I'm still like processing some. I had so many topics that hit my head this morning when I woke up. And before wanted to jump into the communication aspect of it, because I'm going to share something juicy for leaders and for everyday people who want to learn how to be more effective in their communication, since that's what you're asking from me. I'm also going to share some mindset work for you because before you even get to communication, a lot of it happens internally and a lot of it is mental. A lot of it happens from mental strength, from your own spiritual growth within. Even though people only see communication as an external process, right? Something that you hear physically, something that you give something that you give physically, something that you hear and speak, and because it's almost so tangible that, I mean, you can't touch it, but it's tangible that you're experiencing it in real life, that the things that are unseen are often missed. And that is actually the skills that most can work on, that most people do not speak about often in improving your communication. It's the unseen part, the things that people can't see, the layers underneath. Like we're looking at this water, looking at this boat on this water, right? So you can visually see the physical boat on the water, but so much is happening underneath that water to keep the water up. And so whatever they're doing, that they're probably maybe fishing or some other experiences happening under. They always say we see the top of things, but we often miss what's not seen. So the purpose of this space is I'm going to be sharing a lot more of what's not seen, but is so important. All those the physical aspect of communication is important as strategies when it comes to that. That's easy. The part that is unsaid or undone or unshared is the non-physical aspects of communication. What happens before you even open your mouth? What happens in your head, in your mindset, in your within you, that actually stems and leads to that next level of what you want to get out to people. So a lot of my focus is on the internal, on the spiritual, on the beingness of what is within. And as you reflect on those, as we work on those, as I share more strategies about those aspects of communication, you'll realize how it begins to shift your mindset and shift your delivery of the physical, of what you see, or what you hear, or what you experience aspects of communication. Great leaders focus on it all. They don't just focus on what's being seen. They don't just focus on the external, on what's on top. They focus on what's within. So that's my guys. A quick peeking. So, this morning, as I am prepping myself for whatever's going to happen for the rest of the day, as we prep together, work on your inners, work on your spiritual self, work on your mental capacity, work on getting clear on what is your intentions for the week ahead. And as you work on those things, it'll help you in your actually delivery of whatever's going to happen. Great leaders communicate because great leaders share what's inside outside. We can't just keep it within. If it's so beneficial to others who are called to lead. So one of the things I call myself as a creative leader is to share of being unseen and what goes into the actual delivery. People love to hear me share, love to hear me speak, but before I even open my mouth, I meditate, I pray, I have the spiritual practices that I do within myself that's often not seen, but what you get is the finished product, right? You get the delivery, me on stage, or the words coming out with flow, and it's sounding like something that you are willing to listen to as a listener. So I appreciate you. So for those of you who are listening, hi, you do matter. I didn't do all the things yet, so I'm just literally showing you some water. I gotta get up and get the rest of me together. But something told me to click live and just share a little bit of my morning ritual of what helps me to be an effective leader, even in communication. Things that are often not seen. It's my stillness, the moments of sitting still and just watching the water. I have shared water from so many different parts of the world that I had to come in and share this with somebody else who needs to see this today. How peaceful and how calming it is just to sit up and watch the ebbs and flows of water. And just allowing it to resonate within. I'm allowing it to do what I needed to do in terms of help me to get clarity, gain clarity, and what my next steps are going to be. And it's one of the most soothing things that I can use, that I use actually, effectively and efficiently. Whole life, I will back in slides. I'm going to be showing up here physical, and my whole spiritual self isn't grounded. An effective leader is grounded. Communication starts from being grounded. And that's the self work that we do within ourselves before the external and what people are able to see and receive. So, my wish for you, and I hope you receive it. So, if you receive it, just let me know I receive it, or I needed to hear. I love it when you guys let me know. You confirm with me that Dr. Ali, I needed to hear that this morning. It gives me confirmation to keep on sharing these messages. Whether you say it or not, I'm still going to share it. Well, for now, because I do believe it's what people need to know. And those who want to be efficient leaders, those who are already leaders, who don't even know they're leading, but are leading from the inside and the backside and behind the scenes, my behind the scenes leaders. Um, take some moment out for stillness, get your mental strength up, get your spiritual strength up, get your clarity, um, allow your clarity to become clearer so that when you do open your mouth and you do share effectively, that it comes from a grounded space. That is the key to being and communicating effectively as a leader. You gotta come up grounded, because ain't nobody listening to somebody who sounds like if they all skeltered and all over the place. They all up in the air, they absorb beneath, they up and down in emotions. They just want to talk about themselves. No. Ground yourself and tune in to what it is that you're here to help your people with, and just move forward knowing that your work is not only for you, but it's for the growth and the improvement of those who God has sent for you to share your light with. But before you light others, make sure you take the time out to light your own candle, light your own flame, ignite your own inner fire, so that when that you want to deliver. So before I even think, okay, what is the message I want to deliver today? Leaders, they can actually be right. And a lot of what do you do, Allie, to be better? And I listen to God, and I wait for what message He wants me to give, and pray about it, and I receive it, and it's clear what the overall message is. I may not know all the details I want to share once I got the title, once I know often seen non-visual things, the non-physical that you work on within. It helps you to show up more. If grounded, you can only come across a grounded communicator. And yes, there's strategies and structures and there's systems and there's effective ways to actually give out that physical communication of what others are going to hear. Before you even get there, you got to start from within. And that is my key in sharing with folks. I could always share those other extra strategies. Take a deep breath, speak on controlled air, get clear with your thoughts, create what your system or your steps of what you're going to share with folks. All of that becomes super important. Hi. Just say hi. Just say hi. Just say hi. When you say hi, I turn it around and say hi back to you. Just say hi. If you have anything else to say, just say hi, because your hi matters. It lets me know you're there. It lets me know that you're tuned in and tapped in, and you're getting whatever you want to get. And if you're just here to get this beautiful view, and you got what you needed because I shared with you something that's different for today. If this is going to lighten up your timeline for this moment, like how it has lightened up my moment for the day, then I have done what I am purposed to do. Even as I speak about topics that certain people or specific people may be specifically here for. So if that's what you're here for, that's what you're not here for, or that's not what you're here for, you still get something super beautiful and peaceful and calming to look at. So take a deep breath in, take it in, and allow yourself to be grounded and led. Water provides clarity. Lord, water provides groundedness. It allows us to see the possibilities are endless. Look beyond there. This goes out beyond where we can't even see. It's so beautiful. And if this is what you came for today, then I'm glad you received it. Catch you guys later.